Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thank you for joining me for another Disney video. Today I'm going to address a topic that was actually a question asked for me on Twitter from Maple Leaf Mouse, and it was in response to a tweet that I made about being at a house party recently this past weekend and being an introvert and how that kind of sucks. So Maple Leaf Mouse asked me, how do you vlog, especially solo at Disney, when you're an introvert? Like, how the heck do you do that? And it's a really good question because it isn't super easy and it doesn't come super naturally. And if you look back to my first vlogs, which were probably around 2015, 2016, you can tell that I'm not as comfortable in my skin. My editing is not as good either back then, but it's you know, hit or miss with how I'm interacting with the camera and with the audience, and it wasn't super great, and it took some time to learn. So I think my first tip is practice. You're not gonna get comfortable and you're not gonna get better at vlogging until you actually do it. Until you get out there and just turn on the camera and do it and practice and do it multiple times over multiple days, you're never gonna learn what the right way to do it is for you and how to be comfortable in front of the camera and how to not care about other people, right? You're gonna be so caught up in, you know, what are other people thinking of me? Do people think I'm crazy? I'm talking to myself, especially when you're solo, because you don't have a group of people around you that you can at least say, hey, I'm filming me and my friend Rob and my friend Kat, and we're all together, and so this is fine. So I think the first place to actually do this that helps me is at the resort. The resort is gonna be so much quieter than the parks, right? You're gonna have far less people walking around you. So I think it's a good place to start your vlogging, kind of warm up for the day. You walk out of your room, maybe you start in your room where you're by yourself and then you walk out with the camera and get used to that feeling of vlogging around people who are walking around you, but it might just be a couple of people here and there. I feel like that's a really good way to test the waters and to practice before you get into the parks. My second tip is, if people do ask you what you're doing, be open about it. I think that a lot of people nowadays understand that YouTube is a big thing. People vlog. In fact, people don't really ask me much what I'm doing, but I have had one or two people do so, and I've told them I'm on YouTube, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a vlogger, this is what I do, I like to vlog the parks. So I think as long as you're ready with a response, if you feel like someone's gonna ask you or talk to you or inquire, it's interesting because I've had some really interesting conversations that have come out of that, and you know, I've connected and talked to people that otherwise maybe I never would have. I've even had a couple of people subscribe to me on the spot, which is awesome. So definitely be open about what you're doing. Don't be ashamed or afraid, and if somebody comes to you and asks you, what the heck are you doing? Walk around with the camera facing at you, you can say, I'm a vlogger, I like to vlog the parks, I come a lot, I want to vlog my trip for myself and for other people, and this is what I'm doing. Number 3 is have a plan. You know, I think in the beginning for me, it was easier to have a plan. Now I can kind of just wing it depending on where we're going and what we're doing. But to have some sort of, I don't even want to say script because that might be almost too rigid, but to have some sort of plan of what you want to film can definitely help. So maybe you're going to Magic Kingdom and you're like, you know what, I don't want to vlog every single aspect of this trip, but I'm going to do some food reviews, or I'm going to do some on-ride POV, you know, video. That gives you a plan of action so you know when to whip the camera out, you know what you're trying to do. You don't have to feel like you need to film every single second of your trip, and you have some kind of focus, you know, so you can just focus on those moments to record and then feel like you can freely walk around and not feel awkward just kind of being in the park. And I think my last tip would just be to understand that 9 times out of 10 people don't care what you're doing. They really don't. They're so caught up in their own vacations. They're so caught up in like what they're doing next, what ride they're going on next, that they might see you for a hot second and be like, oh, weird, somebody's pointing a camera at their own face. And then that's it. It's like a fleeting thought for them while they're racing to Soarin' or their next you know, restaurant reservation. So remember that people care about themselves. In fact, we care about ourselves so much that we often don't care enough about people around us. And if that's the case, if that's just human beings, then 9 times out of 10, they're not really caring about you. And if they do, it's for a brief second until they realize it has nothing to do with them and it doesn't interest them and doesn't help them, so they're gonna move on about their vacation. So I think as long as you keep that in your mind that like people don't really care, you're gonna feel a lot more comfortable. So, as an introvert, all of these things have kind of coincided to help me vlog. And like I said, it took time. If you look at my early vlogs, I'm definitely not as comfortable in front of the camera. It's more sporadic. All my shots are kind of weird because it took a lot of time for me to be okay pulling out a camera and just talking. And now I've gotten to the point where I don't even notice people around me. I just see it as me and the camera, and that's what I focus on. And I think about you guys and how that's going to be when I come back and I edit and I create a video for you guys. So definitely just have to do it. Don't be afraid to do it. And I promise you that with time, you'll be much more comfortable, but expect it to take time. You know, the first time you whip out your camera in a restaurant and record your food while you're sitting there by yourself is gonna be really awkward, and that's okay. That's to be expected. You're not gonna be like Will Smith. I love his YouTube channel, by the way, it's amazing. But you're not gonna be this charismatic, amazing person in front of the camera from day one. So that's it. That are some of my tips for how I vlog in the parks being an introvert. It's not easy. We definitely have it a lot harder than extroverts, but it can be done. I have a lot of friends who are introvert vloggers, so don't let being an introvert scare you from making really great content. Have you started vlogging in the parks or thought about it and you have a question or just an experience you want to share? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, then like it. If you like me, you should subscribe because I'm making videos every single week. And I really, really love hanging out with you guys. It's amazing. This community has been so fantastic. That's it. Take care, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.